Welcome to Coffee Break, a kickstart to your day. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Well, we are in the midst of the busiest and most stressful time of the year with holiday shopping, travel plans, and yes, those end of the year deadlines. I have one question for you. Could your pursuit of perfection be your roadblock to success? Sometimes the biggest hurdles we have in life are not against a person or a deadline. It's that little voice inside of us. The little bitty voice that will keep you marching down a path of perfection when the task only requires that we be good enough. By pursuing this level of perfection, this unrealistic level of perfection, it leaves you feeling frustrated and very worn out. Well, I was recently taught this lesson in being good enough by my 8-year-old daughter. Don't adjust your volume. Yes, I said my 8-year-old daughter taught me this lesson. She and I were working together on her school project. Her task was to create a cereal box display showcasing the influence of ancient Greece on modern day society. So she started writing her paragraphs about the influence of the Olympics, architecture and art, and so forth. And then we started assembling the pieces. And as we started putting the pieces together, we finally got to the last part. We had cut out those beautiful display doors to showcase all of her great work. And now it was time to put the top on our structure. And our top was a shoebox top, so it functioned as the roof. And as I began to lower the roof on top of the structure, little did you know, those display doors would not open. So being the mom that I am, I started trimming away at the doors, readjusting the roof, trimming away at the doors, and readjusting the roof. Just as I started to get frustrated, a little bitty voice from across the table said, "Mom, it doesn't have to be perfect." I quickly said, "What do you mean it doesn't have to be perfect?" She said, "Mom, it doesn't matter. The teacher doesn't care whether it's a cereal box display or a PowerPoint presentation. The most important part are the paragraphs that I wrote." She had it right. I was spending so much time on the least important part of the project when the part of the project that was most important was already complete. So I was wasting both of our times. Can you relate to this? Raise your hand if you can. Yes, my 8-year-old daughter recognized that sometimes perfection is not what's required for the job. Now, I want you to do something. I want you to look at all your tasks that you have lined up from now into the end of the year and maybe into the first of the year. And I want you to start looking at them. And then I want you to assess them and decide whether or not the requirement is good enough or it really requires your perfection. So when you think about it, I want you to consider these points. Number one, take the time to actually size up and chunk out your task. This will help you prioritize your task and focus on the details that are most relevant to your project. Number two, take the time to actually assess what is most important, focusing on the big goal. A lot of times what gets our wheels spinning is spending too much time in one area and it's not even the goal we're going after. And number three, take the time to actually do a timeout and assess your progress. By taking that time out and assessing your progress, you get to focus on the work that has been completed. Start asking yourself questions like, am I where I'm supposed to be? Have I completed the tasks that are most important for the job? If your answer is no, if you're spending too much time spinning your wheels in one area versus the other, then take the time and cut your losses so you can move on. Like I said, this is the most busiest and most stressful time of the year. Spend the time to actually decide and learn the lessons of when it's important to be good enough versus trying to be perfect. Well, looks like our break is over. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment. Until next time, stay inspired.